didn't want to bring you guys a video last night. What's the point of making a video at 12:15 in the dark? I figured, you know what, I'm gonna sleep on it. I'm gonna do a video tomorrow. We had a great day yesterday. Not a great day at the fairs, aside from the culinary cuisine. It was not a great day at the fairs, but I knew we were going to be in trouble when I saw how deep the track was the day before. Wanderhill, I knew it would struggle. LT Troubadour, I was concerned. And the other colt had some horses in there. I see the horse that, now little factoid for you, the horse that won his fair race yesterday is in the Next Generation on Saturday. So so there's that. I don't know the horses, and nobody really does, but I'm looking at the morning line for our horses at the Next Generation. Gorgeous Package is still lukewarm favorite from post 8. So and that's not to take anything away. I mean, the 3-horse Play On Player, I'm not familiar with Kirk Kane, but this horse already won in 54-4 on a 5/8 and is 4-1. We're 7-2 from post 8. So it looks like we're in the hunt anyway. We're in the wrong post position, but the right place, it seems like. Aunt Lily is picked to win, which I think is warranted and fair, all things considered. And not a bad spot. 6-hole with her. It allows me to survey the scene, so to speak, leaving the gate and see what's going on. The next favorite, the second favorite, is the 9-horse. So it really gives me an opportunity to have a look at everything. Rosa and AJ from post 9 is 6-1. Now this looks like a much more tight-knit group. The 2-horse, De Dragon, a winner in his first start, 54-4, likely at Scioto. Looks like the horse to beat. As I said, Down by the Parade, 3 for 3. This was the horse that beat Dancing on My... Wait, now, did he beat... Yeah, he beat Dancing on My Socks yesterday in... Now, he beat me handily, but he still beat me. A lot of nice horses in here, but again, I have the utmost faith in our horses and their talent. I just have to have some more faith in my talent. I got to get them in, find a way to get them into a striking position in the mile, and the last thing I want to do is be blasting them out of there. As I said, we get a long year ahead of us, and the last thing I want to do is see them, dragging their ass, going through the wire in a beaten fashion. So how do we get them? How is the most conservative way to get them in a great place to strike? That's what I'm looking for. And then, of course, Cadeau, even though, Cadeau, a good qualifier, an okay race, but he's still 5-1 morning line. Coming in as a picked 4th, and a short 4th here in this field. So it looks like they all fit. The only horse that the longest odds is Rosa and AJ, and I can assure you he fits anywhere in the 2-year-old division in Ohio. Almost in any 2-year-old division anywhere, I would say. He's a really nice colt, and I'm expecting good things from him. Now, that's enough about Saturday. It is a scorcher of a day here in Ohio. We had Paul Hajar and his wife and his friend to come out last night. They got their picture taken with Greatest Ending out at the barn today. If you guys are ever in the area, I always say this. I think it goes without saying, but not really, because it has to be said sometimes. If you're in the area, please don't hesitate to drop by the barn. It is absolutely no imposition. You don't say, hey, do you mind? You're more than welcome. We just got to sign you in at the stable gate, and that won't be a problem at all. You guys can come in, look at the horses, walk around. That's what we're here for. Now, as I said, Paul got his picture taken with Greatest Ending last night. We had the 3 fair horses and 2 race horses yesterday. I'll be completely honest. I was quiet about this because my poor wife, when I drove back to Ontario, on my way to the ballpark, I picked her up Starbucks. She already had a Starbucks. And like every, I believe, human being on planet Earth right now, she had one of those big Stanley mugs that you could literally kill someone with. Well, she already had a Starbucks. Well, she took both of them, dumped them in that big Stanley mug, and drank them. She told me she never slept a wink for the entire night. Tossed and turned the whole night. Whereas I didn't sleep that bad at all. And when I got home from the fairs, it was hot. I was exhausted. And I know many of you may have noticed Dancing on My Socks was acting up. Dumped me out for a second. So I just needed to, over the last 48 hours, I was tired. I climbed into bed and I slept for 3 hours straight, and I didn't dare tell my wife because she never had a wink of sleep. So I got up and I'd missed Lonely Lakewood's race. So I open up my phone. I'm groggy. I open up my phone. There's the race from Lonely Lakewood. I talked to Hunter last night. I thought the horse raced great. He thought the horse raced great. Really happy with the way this horse is starting to come around and come forward. I know that we have a Buckeye coming, a Stallion series coming up. I had somebody ask me also, I think it's in Philadelphia, do I really want to ship Lonely Lakewood 5 hours or however many hours, 5-6 hours in the heat to race for $20,000 in the Stallion series? Now keep in mind, there's no Stallion series consolation in Pennsylvania, I don't believe. So we're really just going there to race. We're paying to race for $20,000 against horses that we don't know. I'm more apt just to say, you know what, let's race for a little more than half that and stay at home and not have to worry about any of that stuff. So as we talk right now, I'm leaning towards just foregoing the stakes. There's nothing wrong, and everybody's understanding this now. There's nothing wrong with having a good overnight horse, right? That's what I talk about, Born to Dance and all the Purple People here. Most I'm Fancy Like. These are quality horses in the overnight races, but just aren't quite up to snuff when it comes to the top tier of even the grassroots. Excuse me. So I thought the horse raced great yesterday, and we'll continue just to keep putting him in the rotation there. And if he continues to mature and grow up, who knows what will take place with Lonely Lakewood. But he certainly looked good yesterday. Now, Greatest Ending, a lot of questions. You guys know that this guy has been extremely erratic. You know, if Christmas was around the corner, my only request would be some consistency for Greatest Ending. And raced great last week, but you know, I get a lot of messages from people saying, Anthony, well, is it really worth having him with no hobbles if he can't leave? And I've been trying to tell everybody, this is a process, right? It's a process with the babies, it's a process with racehorses, and yes, he has undershot the runway grossly when it came to what he can do and what we needed and wanted him to do. I'm aware of that, well aware of that. Having said that, when it comes to Greatest Ending, one of the biggest mistakes you can make is chasing bad money, right? So just because he's supposed to be a good horse, let's just race him, let's send him to the Meadowlands, let's send him to Mohawk, let's just assume he's going to be a good horse. That is almost certain disaster every time. And that's hard for people to understand. I've taken flack over this, and that's my job. My job is to constantly take the flack when it's ready to be handed out. That's the way it is. But when it comes to Greatest Ending, I knew that there was a good horse in there. Mitigating his stress level would change everything. His feet are still a problem. They're a flashpoint. You saw that the night he was scratched here. I thought I saw him put a step in last night in the warm-up. I'm like, oh no, don't do this. And then in the race he was fine. And he was fine this morning too. So, but it wasn't that he couldn't leave. It's that we were being super careful with this horse. We were letting him learn to pace free-legged. If we could do that in a consistent manner where we could get him, we could lower his stress level just a little bit. And you may not understand. So what would hobbles have anything to do with stress? Well, everything the horse does has to do with stress. With the hobbles on, he's more prone to getting into that outside arm above his knee, which he'll still do once in a while, right? They're a little bit, you know, he wears a long hobble, but they're still there. I just felt that he was a better horse without them on. And it was never that he couldn't leave, and I wanted to show you that last night, right? Never a concerning moment. 27-1 to the quarter on a track that isn't that good right now. It's hard to hammer that through to the people that are gamblers out there, and you or even trainers. You guys have seen the lines of Northfield over the past decade. They almost look phony, right? Super fast track. That is not the same track that we race on now. Northfield Park is not a speedway anymore. It's actually a fairly slow half-mile track compared to some of the other half-mile tracks that I've been on. It used to be on par with Delaware, not even in the same universe as Delaware anymore. And that's just reality. That's just the way it is. They're working on it. Hopefully it'll knit together and it'll come together and it'll be fine. I don't know enough about, you know, you wouldn't think there'd be a lot to learn about dirt, but there is. So that mile last night was huge. I said to Jason, we'll draw his blood just to make sure. Did he feel a little bit flat? Yes, but that was the first time we really opened him up, right? We've only asked him to race for a quarter of a mile for the last little while. Last night it was a race. And although he didn't have stiff competition, he did have competition. So a big mile for him. That mile in 52 and 3, I would shudder to think that that's probably a mile in 50 on the old Northfield Park surface. I don't think that's an unrealistic claim. And the horse just felt good. He felt really good. So I'm hopeful that now we can get him here with some consistency. The plan was always, and will always be to get him to a Mohawk or the Meadowlands. But to do that, we're going to have to build a strong foundation for this horse. Jason has a good rapport with him now. He understands the horse. The horse and him get along well. Lauren does a great job taking care of him. We don't want to start mixing these things up all the time. So let's just realize that it's been a bit of a money pit and a bit of a disaster since we bought him. He hasn't been awful. He just hasn't been consistently good. So we're trying to get him to that consistently good level, hopefully consistently great level, and then we can get him back to the greatest ending that we bought. And that's the plan. That's the plan for us. But he can do it, free-legged. I wanted to prove that last night. 3 wide around the first turn, 27 and 1 to the quarter, manhandled. A bunch of horses he's supposed to manhandle, but still did it. And won by 3 or 4 lengths in 52 and 3, which is a big mile on a half-mile track. So a good mile from greatest ending last night. A good job by Lauren, Jason, everybody. You know, you guys see me and say, oh, I don't know how you do it. Keep in mind, everywhere I am, some of our people are also. Lauren, both Jasons, everybody puts in these long, exhaustive hours. And, you know, the fruits of our labor, hopefully, are showing up on the track. Now, tonight we have, today, we have it's an exciting day. First start for country dancing today. I'm excited. Kings County, obviously excited to watch him. I will be busy driving Irresistible Sun, Born to Dance, and Gypsy Hill. And on my way home, I'll get to watch Drebin race tonight also. I'm just really happy with the way things are going right now. Want to keep it going. It's not perfect, right? It's never perfect, but it is good right now. So, and I thank you for the 8.6 million messages saying, Anthony, the stakes are on Sunday, not Monday. My apologies. I knew they were on Sunday. It just came out wrong, which leads to a very difficult situation next weekend, because Sunday night here is the first gold for the trotting fillies. Sunday afternoon, Grove is the finals for everything. Now, Scotty's going to have his pick of the litter. I hope he gets them all in, and if he does, there'll be 3 drives there for me. And I'll be happy to go drive them if that's the case. I just have to figure everything out. It's Ollie's birthday coming up. Part of me said we go back to that resort in Nashville for a couple of days, but we're racing Friday, Saturday, Sunday. The only way for me to make it back Sunday night is to fly. To get a plane, there's a guy in the area has a 2-seater. Chris Lemson went with them. I think Hunter did once, to fly to Oak Grove and back. It's doable, but not for my family. It's not. So I want to figure out what Amy and I and the kids are going to do. That'll be a family meeting that will convene this weekend. But it's here now. The coolest part of the year is here now. We have the next generation coming up in 48 hours. We have all the stake races starting, whether it be today or shortly thereafter for all the babies. The sophomores keep going. Everything keeps rolling and doing well for us right now. So I like to say, geez, let's keep it going, but it's impossible to do. We're running pretty hot right now, and I hope we can keep it going in one form or another throughout the whole summer. So with that, I'm going to let you go. I hope you guys had a wonderful start to your day. It is a beautiful day here. It is a chance of rain. I'm scared to look at the weather because I did bring my mud gear. There's a chance of rain in Scioto. Hopefully it stays away. If it doesn't, it doesn't. C'est la vie. I will talk to you all soon. Have a wonderful rest of your day. For my partners here in America, happy 4th of July weekend, Thursday. I don't know how you guys do it over here, but definitely a great day for celebration. It's a beautiful day here across the board in Ohio. Take care. We'll talk to you all soon. Good luck to everybody at the track today.